Hi. Hello. What's up? My name is Ariel. And here we are with yet another ASMR video. Today we are going to swatch another makeup palette like we did in the last video and use some makeup brushes to paint this illustration, this blank illustration. So yeah, I'm keeping my whispering today very low in order to make each video with this makeup palettes a little different from the other. If you want to check out our last video, I will leave it in the description below. We did a palette, we use a palette inspired by Maleficent, and as you guys can see, today the palette is inspired by the Evil Queen. The Evil Queen from the Snow White animation, the first Disney princess movie ever, which I guess makes the Evil Queen the first Disney villain ever. So, if you guys haven't seen the last video yet, these palettes are very old. That's why my beautiful mother allowed me to use them for these ASMR videos. So, shout out to my mother. So, let's get started by describing this palette, much like we did in the last one. Up here in the top, we can see the Disney villains logo. And here we have some smoke and swirls like design around it. Swirls, right below it, we have this beautiful illustration of the Evil Queen with her big golden crown and her makeup on point and her intimidating look. You don't wanna mess with her, right? Here we can see her little amulet who keeps her cape on her look, as well as her big white collar, a little in the background, hidden by the shadows of the lightning. won't say lightning. Lighting, I don't know. And down here, we have the brand that did this shadows in collaboration with Disney Villains. It's called Foot. I believe it's a Brazilian brand. It's on the cheaper side of makeup brands, but I heard they do make some good products here and there. And of course, it has some purple shade framing the whole thing. It's a little skinny palette. Here we have on the side other swirly designs. Swirly, 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 swirly. And over here we have everything written in Portuguese, you know, how to use it. Talking about it being, you know, already dermatologically tested and whatnot. Here we can see that we have 8 colors. The names of the colors are just the colors that they are. So, but which is black, which was also present on our last palette, the Maleficent palette. Shampoo, which means I actually forgot, but it's like, wait a second. We are back. Shampoo means lead, the thing that, you know, it's used on weapons, I guess. Bombs and whatnot. So some form of black, I believe, maybe a shimmery black, we'll see. Indigo, which is indigo, there is no translation. Prata, which is silver. Malva, which is, okay, we're gonna have to use Google Translator again, wait a second. Okay, Malva, it's mauve, some shade of purple, I believe. Champagne, which is champagne, of course. Rosé, which it doesn't have a literal translation, it's just rosé. It's a color or a wine, a rosé wine. And pétala. Pétala is petals, just, you know, rose petals. So I didn't know that petal was a shade. Right here, there is some preview of the colors, and even before we get into it, I can already see we don't have a red, much like in the Maleficent shadow, we don't have a red, and I find that troublesome considering that this makeup palette inspired by the character and her makeup has red in it, so I must say that it does feel a little bit more neutral, even more neutral than the Maleficent palette. So maybe their intention was to like, oh, if you don't want to go too bold, but still a little villainous, get the Evil Queen palette, I guess. So let's open it up and give it a look. Wait a minute. Here. Okay. I guess you guys can see it now. These are the colors that we mentioned before, and that we're going to use it to paint. this illustration. So, inside we have this plastic protective case, which is creating the reflection on the light. Over here, we would have a little mirror that I covered up because we had some technical issues in the Maleficent palette, because, you know, the mirror kept showing everything and reflecting the light right into the camera. So I cover it up for us to be able to see everything without any trouble. Much like in the Maleficent palette, there is an illustration of the evil queen right on the corner, which we are going to use as a reference. Here she is with her black, I don't know how to call this piece that covers her whole head and neck, her medal, her big white collar, and her big golden crown. She looks even more mad here than she does on the front cover. Right here you guys can see Evil Queen written in green, which I don't fully understand because I don't think green is really present on her color palette, is it? Like, maybe just the apple, when she drips the poison, it's initially green and then turns into white, right? And that iconic apple that has the skull over it, like the poison forms a skull over it, and I believe it's green in the beginning and then it turns white, right? I think I'm remembering right, but I'm not sure. It's been a long time that I haven't watched that movie. So, let's swatch these babies. Oh, this plastic protective case came out way easier than the Maleficent one, so good sign. That's a good sign, and good sign. Good sign. Okay, let's swatch them. First, let's try black, which I believe would be probably very similar to the black in the Maleficent palette. Yeah, it's very similar. A shimmery black. Like I said, these palettes are a little old, so I'm not sure if they were meant to be this chalky or powdery, but they are a little bit. This one is the lead color, which feels weird, but something named lead on your arm, on your skin. I guess lead is a poison, right? Too. Not something that you put on guns. I can't remember if I said it something correctly. Please do not use me as a source. Do not quote me on anything ever. But yeah, it's a grayish, dark silverish color. I do like it, actually. It's not chalky at all. The black was a little chalky, but the lead one really isn't. This third color, I forgot, which is supposed to be black lead indigo. supposed to be a dark blue. I don't know. Yeah, it is. This one is the most chalky one, I think. It feels like whoever used this before never used this color because it feels like the first time that someone has, touched this little square. But it's a beautiful color, actually. It's dark, shimmery blue with some silver and some black in it, I don't know. Very pretty, I think. I really like dark blue, so now let's try the silver. Okay, that feels more like a highlighter. I don't even know if you guys can see it on camera. Yeah, it feels more like a highlighter than anything at all. Yeah, I think you guys can see when I move my arms, but it's barely there. It does feel like a highlighter. Here my finger, you guys can see a little better. Okay, let's go to Malvi. I feel like it's gonna be a similar situation with the silver. I can already tell that the silver is not gonna show up in the white paper. Yeah, it does. It's not very pigmented. It feels like something just to put some shimmer on it. I guess you can build it up a little bit, but it's almost not there, really. It's more of a shimmer than anything. Okay, let me clean my fingers and we go to the last three colors. Okay, we are back with clean fingers. So, let's do the last three colors, which I believe are... okay, I'm gonna have to read it. I don't remember the second order. Champagne, rose, and petal. Okay, this one is champagne. I feel like it's gonna be the same situation than the silver one. Yeah, but it does feel way more pigmented in person at least. It's way more shimmery too. It feels like the silver is useless compared to this one. Except, this one is a little colder. This feels warmer. Okay, let's try rose. Rose, which, oh, yeah, it feels like a highlighter. Is this a highlighter palette I started? If it wasn't for this tree, I would start to think that that's the case. It feels exactly like the silver, but, with a rosy, salmon-like touch to it, salmon touch. That actually got me hungry. Salmon. I love salmon. Salmon touch. And this one is petal. Yeah, just all look like highlighters. The last ones. I feel we can use those in her skin, in the illustration skin. Yeah, now that I know what highlighters are, I start to think everything that has shimmer on it is a highlighter. Okay, that's it for swatching. It's time we start painting our illustration. So, as we can see here, she has a red lipstick and no red shadow. So we can cheat a little bit like we did in the last video to give her a red lipstick. You can have a Disney villain or a female Disney villain without some red lipstick. I'm also thinking that I'm gonna use some yellow for a crown and then use the champagne shadow over it to give it some shimmer. Let's hope that that works out. Okay, this yellow is a little dark, so we're gonna use it on these edges and then use a highlighter on the main part, on the middle. Okay, now let's use a highlighter. Since we already cheating, let's cheat all the way. Oh. Thankfully, I don't think that reads as green on the camera, but in person it does look like a very green thing. But, you know, we are not aiming for reality. We don't put expectations on anything. We don't put expectations on anything. If you guys have watched the Maleficent video, leave a comment below, let me know that you did. There is one more palette that I'll bring in the next video, and then we'll be done with the Disney villain palettes videos, I think. But I share I can find, other palettes from my mother and my sister and my friends and whatever. So if that's some kind of video that you guys enjoy, do let me know. But okay, we didn't have a good experience with this brush right here. Last time. But I think now that the only objective is to put some shimmer on our crown, I think maybe he would be useful. If not, I will leave him be forever. I will finally learn that it's not good for anything. By the way, do you guys understand about brushes and whatnot? Because I legit have no idea. I don't know if that's really on camera. It's definitely putting use the smaller ones. Let me collect some of the dust. Yeah. Okay, this brush is now officially just a little thing for us to clean the mess later on. We're gonna have to use other brushes. But first, there is one thing that we learned from the last video was that we should start small. By our eyes specifically, which are easy to feel with this little brush that is kind of harder than the others. There we have it. The movie looks a little gray on the white paper, I think, but it's the purple that we have, so I'm okay with that. Okay, I think maybe we can do her skin with a rose shadow. Oh my god. We can barely see it. We will have to cheat every single color. Stay tuned and find out. Yeah, it's definitely not holding much color. Like in person you can see, but I don't think it reads on camera very well. Let me see if we can build it up. Maybe it's my application skills, I don't know. Let's hope that that's not the case. Let me know if my application works not very good. It won't change much, but maybe because I already plan on filming the other video right after this one. I filmed the Maleficent video yesterday, so I plan on filming the next palette today. So, but still give me some feedback if you guys want me to bring more makeup application on paper videos, or maybe the whole point is to be a disaster and make you guys laugh a little bit before you fall asleep. I don't know if it's reading on camera, but you can definitely see now some skin color on her skin. I mean, not skin color, some rosy color, sorry. By the way, if you guys don't know yet, I think Faber-Castell has released some line of skin colors that has all the skin colors, like, disbelief that this rosy, white skin color, it's, the default for skin colors, which I think is very nice. If you guys want to search that, it's definitely something that I plan on giving to my niece, so she can learn very soon that her skin color is not the default. Skin colors have so many shades, Whiteness is not the default. Okay, I'm tired truly with this rose color. I hope you guys can read on camera, can see on camera that she does have some color on her skin. Okay, I think I'm using this shimmery color that is kind of silvery on her white. It's gonna be just a shimmer, so let's see if this one can finally do something. It's not supposed to read very much, just, give it a shimmer. Give it a shimmer, a shimmer, a shimmer, a shimmer. Oh my god. Why there is so much leakage. Let me clean the brush a little bit. We are not fancy up in here. Let me clean it up a little bit. Okay, that would not read on camera anyway, so let's move on. I think I'm using this shade here. It looks it looks better than the color that I tried to apply on her skin at least. It doesn't look too bad, does it? I hope not. We are not doing a tutorial here, you guys. Gotta remind everyone of that. Let me, since we are using this color, let me use it. Oh, there we go. That's kind of the effect that I was intending to. I don't think it's very good, but give it her crown some shimmer, some texture. It does give a little bit of a more metallic feeling than just the highlight, not the makeup highlighter, the stationary highlighter. Surprisingly, the Maleficent was more accurate to the inspiration. I actually surprised because I thought that Evil Queen had a smaller color palette in her design, but that's not the case at all. At all. Let's see if we can clean it up with this brush. Yeah, I started to think that the only maybe some contouring. I don't know how. The black maybe. Let's see. Very lightly. Okay, that's something. Okay, okay. Don't hate it, don't hate it. Okay, okay, we're getting arts and graffiti up in here. Okay, okay. I got bold, but you know, I got a little too bold, but don't hate it, don't hate it. Only love, only love. Okay, since we're using the black, let's fill this black part. Fill it up. I'm thinking on using indigo on her face somehow. I'm afraid it's gonna read as black, but I don't know. It can be fun, I guess. To try it out. Get a feeling. I get a feeling of how it goes. Okay. Don't hate it. Which, you know, after 2020, not hating something is winning. We are winning. We are winning. We are winning. We are winning up in here. Let me clean up with this useless brush. Not useless. It cleans up very well. I know. A guy who is just like that. It looks useless, but it's not. It cleans up very well. Kidding, oh my god. Just kidding. No one in this world is useless. For real. So, what was I trying to do? Oh yeah. Trying to see how indigo is gonna look like. Let me adjust it over here. Yeah, it reads as black. Yeah, actually looks blacker than the actual black. Oh my god, I should have used indigo. Maybe I'll do that. Just, you know, make her neck a little darker. Okay, that's good enough. Let's clean it up. Let's clean it up. I do miss a little bit more of color in her eye, but I don't think there's much we can do. Maybe we can try to use this shade over here. I think it's gold petal. We can already see that things don't really work Seems like a gray. Okay. Okay, we are back and we're gonna have to cheat once more. Just, give us a little better result. Since we already know that this palette doesn't really offer all the colors present on our reference, on the thing or the character that is inspired by. Just doing some cleanup on all the fallout. Let's clean this brush. I started to think that this brush is definitely meant to clean some fallout. But anyways, we are gonna cheat by adding some green to our eyes, like the illustration shows. Oh. That already pops right. Green does look good on her. Now let's add some purple to her crease. I don't know what's exactly the name, but over here. Oh, look at that. It does feels right, doesn't it? Maybe we should have started like that all along. Now it looks much, much more accurate. And that's it for today, you guys. I hope that you guys had some fun, some relaxation, some little time to take your mind off things. And I hope you guys enjoy it. If you want and have the time, like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you so wish. And hopefully I'll see you guys